Let's talk down to Chris Middleton, though, writer of Freezing This Christmas. You might remember the song. It came out, went right to the top of the charts. I don't think it quite pipped the Christmas #1, but it came pretty damn close. He called himself Starmer and the Granny Harmers. And what we didn't know, I guess, at the time when he wrote it, when he appeared on our show, was that Chris Middleton was also a freelance newsreader for the BBC. But because of interviews that he did with us and a few other people, basically he's been told by the BBC that he can't work there anymore. Chris, a very good morning to you.
Hi, Mike. Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
Not at all. Good to see you. You did very, very well. Congratulations should be given to you, first of all, for writing the song, getting it out there, raising all that money for charity and really making a difference, I think, for many, many people. And it was a great production. But the BBC proved themselves to be the Grinch, not just before Christmas, but after Christmas as well, right?
Yeah, well, absolutely, yes. It was just a few weeks before Christmas. Obviously, it was a Christmas song, and my plan initially with the song, Mike, was to put it out anonymously. Yeah. I had absolutely no idea how well it would do. I even thought, it might go nowhere and I'll raise absolutely no money, but I'll stay anonymous so I can just push that under the rug and move on with my life. But once it kind of got out there, once it got picked up by various media, including yourself, I then sort of had a choice. Do I put my name out there? Do I put my face out there to try and push the song as much as I can? Or do I stay anonymous and maybe it just doesn't do as well? And I had that choice. I thought about it for a long time, but I'd had so many comments from people, Mike, hundreds, if not thousands by that point already, from pensioners who were struggling, thanking me for shining a light on the issue. So many nice comments that I just couldn't, I couldn't not have put myself out there, really. I felt morally obligated to keep pushing it, to try and help the pensioners. Right.
And so were you sort of persona non grata then at BBC Newcastle when they found out that it was you?
Well, essentially, yes.
What's wrong with them?
Yeah, well, it's sad in a way. It's a sad way for it all to end, Right. I worked there as a freelancer for 6 years. Right. And then I told them I was doing this. I told them I was going to go and do various media appearances. And the next thing I heard was not from even any of my direct managers. It was from someone I'd never heard of at the BBC getting in touch with me, someone higher up, presumably, saying basically that they'd cancelled all my shifts for the rest of December and January.
That's appalling, isn't it? And they give you no notice, no recompense, because, I mean, they're always telling us about how well they treat their employees. Obviously not in your case.
No, well, unfortunately, at the BBC, and I assume it's similar in other media places as well, if you're a freelancer, you're kind of at the bottom of the totem pole, aren't you?
Yeah, but they're not supposed to be run like a commercial organisation. We have to do things like that because we actually have to make money, but the BBC doesn't. So they're supposed to be the beacon of, social justice, aren't they?
Yeah, well, it's an interesting one, isn't it, Mike? Like, I don't know about you. The reason that I wanted to get into journalism in the first place was because I wanted to hold those in power to account.
Yeah, totally.
So that's to me, that's the whole point of journalism. And if you're just towing the party line, then you're not doing journalism, are you? You're essentially just doing PR for whoever's in power at the moment. And putting this song out, okay, the song isn't journalism, it's a song. But I would say in 2 weeks, that song has done more to hold people to account, the government in this instance to account, than I'd done in 6 years at the BBC.
Very much. Well, maybe you should do another song and put it out there. Maybe we should collaborate in some way. Let's keep in touch and we'll see what we can do.